just you and me forever.
Do you take this woman as your lawful wedded wife?
Ooh, yeah! Oh,
Place the ring on her finger and repeat after me. With this ring,
no. With this ring,
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
Hello and welcome to With This Ring, episode 38. I'm your co-host, Ryan Everett.
I'm Cindy Everett.
And tonight we are going to be discussing the Beast himself, the next big thing, Brock Lesnar.
The next big thing.
That's what he was at the beginning of his...
Well, what's he now?
Well,
The last big thing?
he's the Beast.
Yeah, just the Beast Incarnate.
Yep.
Gotcha, yeah. Brock Lesnar. I knew this day would come. And I feel like... I guess I didn't realize how, he's been around for so long.
Yeah, it is surprising. Also, because there was a 10-year gap, 8-year gap
That's
in there,
true,
so
too.
that kind of spread it out.
Yeah, I was definitely not aware of his first
Go around.
Exactly. I mean, I most remember coming into knowing who he was in 2014.
Right, yeah.
He Undertaker.
Right. The streak.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Which
yeah.
was a focal point on Total Divas. Because they had to go wrestle right after that match.
Yeah, that's a tough
that
spot
no one
to
gave a
follow.
shit about.
Yeah. So, that's the most...
Okay.
my first memory of
you,
Brock Lesnar.
You had heard of him before we started.
He was always kind of around. I remember you always be watching wrestling. He was always
he was
involved
yeah.
somehow.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he was fine. I never felt one way or another about him. Yeah, honestly,
you were always grossed up by his cauliflower ears, though. I remember.
Yeah, that's true. That was a little unsettling. That didn't bother me as much now. I've seen some more things now that I'm a parent. All right. But yeah, so he was a little baby back when we started.
Yeah, so
2002.
2002, he had just won the
Before we go into that, any setup, any background?
Yeah, so he won. So after Kurt Angle came up and was a big thing, they were like, hey, maybe amateur wrestlers
yeah.
are the way to go.
Okay.
And Brock Lesnar was the 2000 NCAA champ, and both WCW and WWE bid for him, but he went with WWE. So he went to Ohio Valley for a while. They're developmental, and then I think we watched his debut on Raw in 2002, the night after WrestleMania 18, where he just comes out and it's basically a jobber hardcore title match.
Yep.
But he comes out and just kills everyone in that match.
Yep. Oh yeah, we did watch that.
Yep.
But okay, so he was kind of since from the beginning.
Yeah, he was. They brought him in
They
though, and he was gonna. Yeah. I mean, with good reason. I mean,
when we talk about this with Kurt Angle, how different is amateur wrestling from WWE wrestling?
I mean, it's kind of the exact opposite because in amateur wrestling you fight for 5 minutes to just try and get a point, whereas in pro wrestling it's
entertainment.
It's entertainment, and you have to be willing to, take offense from your opponent.
Mm-hmm. But obviously he translated pretty easily.
Yeah, I think it also. I mean, I think it does show though that athletically and cardiovascularly you're fit enough to do the entertainment aspect of it.
That makes sense.
But I think the actual taking falls and learning hot moves isn't part of amateur wrestling.
Right. But he had the athleticism for sure.
So he got there, and like you said, they fast-tracked him right away. He's got Paul Heyman as his manager.
Mm-hmm.
He wins the King of the Ring in June. On a SmackDown in August, he had a world title shot because he won the King of the Ring, and he puts that on the line against Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
And Paul Heyman is not happy. He's like, it's Hulk Hogan. Overcoming odds is his thing. That's what he's going to do. But eventually Brock Lesnar wins with a bear hug.
I'm kind of surprised we didn't watch that one.
I was thinking about it's not a good match.
Okay. Especially a bear hug.
Yeah, the point was just to make him over as this killer, which it does. I mean, he literally squeezes the life out of Hulk Hogan. And then takes Hulk Hogan's blood and...
Oh, we saw a little...
Yeah, it's in the video clip of that, I think. But it's not good, and I just want one of... I already hit 2002 Brock matches, so...
Yeah.
So the first of those 2002 matches that we watched was 6 months into the WWF, the main event of SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah.
Against The Rock for the WWE title.
Yep. Like I say, versus The Rock, fast start. I figured Paul Heyman would interfere, but he's very agile for his size.
Paul Heyman or
No.
Brock Lesnar?
I mean, I guess I was a little vague there on my pronouns, but I was referring to Brock Lesnar.
Yes, he is.
What I say, I said good at the really big moves, not as good with the subtlety.
Yeah, he's still getting that. I mean,
yeah, that's true. That's kind of like
plus, like his offense is almost always just big moves, so
exactly.
It's kind of like it's always going to be an impact move. Where afterwards, if he stands up and kind of struts around, it's okay.
Right. Yeah, there's not a lot of like sparring or like sequences. It's just like big moves. Oh, there's a slingshot.
Oh yeah, into the post, I think.
Yeah. Yep. And then Rock puts Paul Heyman through the table.
Yep.
And this is back. What was his finisher? It wasn't that 5, was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was that
okay.
5. He always used
evolved. That. How do you come up with that? How do they come up with their finishers in general?
I mean, that one, it's probably like they had seen some other guy, like someone was probably doing it on the independent circuit, and he just kind of stole it. Because it was kind of similar to the way Dallas Page would do the Diamond Cut or something. Like he'd set him up like that and then drive him down. So it was just going the opposite way. So it's kind of, there's like new innovations to moves, and then someone sees it and says, hey, what if I did this?
Gotcha, kind of modifies it slightly.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. So he wins. Yeah, already kind of, like I said, showing us the next big thing.
Yeah.
So The Rock was pretty popular at this time, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's funny. During the match itself, it's in Long Island, and the crowd kind of starts to turn on The Rock and boo him. And because it was like known he was going to lose here and go back and make more movies.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of like they started booing him early, but all three of them make it work really well.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. I mean, sometimes we watch so many of these that and like they kind of start to run together.
And I mean, Paul Heyman cheats, but the last 5 minutes, it's like Brock Lesnar wins clean. Like,
that's true.
He gets hit with the rock bottom. The Rock goes for the people's elbow, and Brock Lesnar just runs through him with a clothesline. Right. And then hits the F5 and wins. So it's...
Yeah, it's a good tight match.
Yeah.
And the next was Undertaker.
Yep.
Same year, 2002. I said it's a slowish start. It was Brock's first Hell in a Cell.
Yep.
He starts bleeding pretty...
Yes, very quickly.
Soon. I do like how Paul Heyman gets yanked by his tie through the chicken wire, onto the chicken wire.
Yeah, causing him to bleed.
Yes.
Because it's not a Hell in a Cell. Everyone in it isn't bleeding.
Right. Even if people not even in the match going to be bleeding, apparently. This is when the Undertaker had a quote-unquote broken hand.
Yes.
I made a very big deal about that. Oh, yeah, this is gross. This is when Brock, tears the cast off. Ugh.
Yep, he takes it off and starts working the hand even more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're both... Oh, wait a second. I have my notes. This is where you're supposed to tell me a hepatitis story.
Oh, yeah, because you asked about hepatitis.
Well, because they're both bleeding all over each other. So I asked, what do they do if...
So, usually, guys are blood tested and stuff. But then, in 2005, Bob Orton...
This is 2002.
Yeah, but this was later.
Okay.
After this.
Gotcha.
Bob Orton Jr., Randy Orton's dad, had come back and was, helping team up with Randy against The Undertaker. And they had a Hell in a Cell match, and I think Bob Orton bled, and then 2 weeks later it came out that he had hepatitis, and The Undertaker was not happy, and basically said he's never working in this company again.
Bob Orton?
Yeah, and he kind of...
So Undertaker had a lot of pull then.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he's... I would say since 2002, he's probably the third most powerful... guy backstage.
Interesting. So you said Bob Orton, you gotta go.
Yep.
Because they didn't blood test them.
I don't know if they hadn't been blood tested or if because he, he kind of came in here and there. He wasn't there every week, so maybe he came in. They didn't do it because he wasn't a full time guy. But I think they were well, you still should have disclosed that you have hepatitis.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going in a Hell in a Cell match where you're going to be bleeding.
Ugh, yeah. Well, it sounds like nobody got it from him, so
Right. Yeah.
that's good.
So there's your hepatitis story.
Okay, so it wasn't this match, but it was
No.
Undertaker Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
So.
And really, if you had to
Alright.
pick one, it would probably be this match because of the amount of blood that is just all over.
This is a lot of blood. And yeah, Brock wins this one again.
Yep.
But this is also one of those Hell in a Cell where the ceiling was really low.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because Brock does some kicks off of there. And
yeah, it's kind of awkward.
Does some chin ups.
Yeah. Although the next match is really where Brock's not a high flyer. And this match we watched. Oh man.
Right. So the Hell in a Cell match, the only thing I don't like about it is they make such a big deal about how his hand is broken and it's in the cast, and then he takes the cast off and he's working on it even more. And then the last 10 minutes of the match, the Undertaker's just using the right hand normal to punch. Okay, the whole thing was built up to be a big deal about the cast. Use your left hand just to punch.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I'm kind of oh.
Yeah.
But otherwise I think it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bloody for me, but good. I think the next one was my favorite one that we watched.
Okay,
definitely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is 2003 versus Kurt Angle, WrestleMania main event. Yeah, I said good start. Their styles mesh well. They both have a similar background. And you could definitely tell. Too.
Yeah, they were kind of teasing an amateur start.
Yeah, Kurt Angle hits 4 suplexes in a row. And then, yeah, it was just a really good back and forth. Yeah, really good, complementary styles. And then Brock tried to go do a shooting star.
Yeah.
And landed right on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, So this is a great match, great back and forth. And Brock hit his third F5, and that's what has him win. But that's when you were saying, he couldn't even, hold himself up.
Yeah, he was, he had a super, you could see after the match when he's celebrating, he, doesn't know what's going on.
He's out of it. What are you looking at?
I'm trying to, because he did hit it in Ohio Valley a bunch.
Oh.
So,
really?
yeah, so he could, athletically, he could do it. It's just, he says, for one thing, after a whole night, the ropes were, slippery.
Oh.
And also, the WWE ring's bigger than the Ohio Valley ring.
Really? Oh, okay.
So, and he was pretty far across the ring, so that could have also...
That's true. He was. Well, could have at least practiced a couple in the...
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, just throw the big crash pad down on the floor, on the ring, and see if you can make it.
Classicos.
But then,
Oh, shooting star press?
Yeah. Was it there?
Oh, well, it accident.
Oh, yeah. That was not just all the WrestleMania 19. Yeah, here.
Okay. Wow.
With the fake duck to the momentum, carried Shelton over.
Always my big boy. Oh, that was
And,
cool.
perfectly.
Yeah. Jeez, he's beefy. How big his elbow went into his face.
Yeah.
Sorry for people listening to this. We're just watching a YouTube video.
Some Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Or shooting star presses that do work, though, so.
Yeah, well, not the one that
Not the one that everyone saw in the main event at WrestleMania.
Yeah. That was the one time that I saw him do that, right? None of the other
Yeah,
matches.
no, after that, it was retired.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Yeah, no, this is a good one.
Yeah, so the story with this, Kurt Angle found out 3 weeks beforehand that he had a broken neck.
Oh.
And decided he's going to trust Brock Lesnar, who, is safe, but is safe in the way that, he's a bull, and just throwing people around.
Right.
Yeah, you're not going to get hurt, but you're going to be
beaten up.
Be pained.
Right. Yeah. F5s don't feel good.
Right.
Safely.
Yeah,
right?
and you're getting... And these guys aren't going to... It's going to be a Kurt Angle Brock Lesnar match, so they're throwing German suplexes where both are landing on their neck or their face. And then, at the end, he hits the F5, goes for the shooting star press and misses, so Kurt Angle has to, think of, what do I do now? And, basically picks up Brock Lesnar, gives him the Olympic slam, says kick out of 2, he kicks out of 2, and then, picks him up again. And lets Brock hit the F5 on him, which, again, he's letting this 300-pound man who is concussed throw him around on his broken neck.
Yeah. Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah. It's no wonder Kurt had a painkiller addiction for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, he's better, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
Good. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, and that is, it's huge that was the main event of WrestleMania 19. I mean, they had Rock Austin and Stone Cold's at the time last match.
Okay.
And then Vince McMahon versus Hulk Hogan, which was like the heaviestly promoted match. But they went with, and I think it's good, they went with the two guys who were still wrestling there all the time.
That's a good idea. Where was that one?
Seattle.
Oh, neat.
It's really cool looking one.
Yeah. That sounds like a good one just to watch in general.
Yeah.
Nice. And then we watched I think I also made a comment to you how like Brock Lesnar doesn't really talk that much, so I was like, he's gonna get a low score from me in promos.
But then we watched him,
and that didn't change my opinion.
No, the beating up Zach Allen didn't help us.
It did not. Yeah, it was very strange. And what was Vince like? What are you doing up there?
Yeah, Vince was acting very. I think Vince knew what was going on.
I think he did. Of course, this is like a strange promo where they're up like in the loges and Vince is in the ring. And then Brock has Vince as a hostage and like pushes him down the stairs. It's very mean. Yeah. Ends with him pushing down the stairs and panting maniacally. That's what I wrote.
Yes.
Well, it's true.
I mean, he pushes a kid in a wheelchair down a flight of stairs.
Yeah. This is like just trying to play the angle that he's like crazy.
Yeah, he's unleashed.
Oh, I said unhinged.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Unleashed.
Then he wins. He does win the title though the next week, and him and Kurt Angle have a Iron Man match on SmackDown, which means it's an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was like the second hour of the show was just that.
We watched an Iron Man match before, didn't we?
Did we?
I feel like we have.
I think it was a half-hour one in WCW.
Okay.
Ricky Steamboat versus Rick Rude.
Maybe.
Probably. So Brock Lesnar gets the title back, and then.
But did he do a lot of promos at that time, or was it literally just that one?
He was doing more and more because Paul Heyman was off TV at this point. So
why? What did Paul Heyman do?
Well, for a while, I mean, they feuded after he ended up going with Kurt Angle.
Oh.
And that caused a feud.
That makes sense.
And then he just kind of got off TV for a while to focus on writing the show.
Yeah, that's true. He does have other jobs.
Yeah, he wasn't just on screen.
Just a manager.
Then it gets to No Way Out 2004, where he has to face Eddie Guerrero for the world title.
Yeah, and this was in Texas somewhere?
No, this was in San Francisco.
Okay, well, they were the big Eddie Guerrero crowd. Yes. So, of course, it's always Brock Lesnar runs out, punches, does a bunch of suplexes. Yeah, I wrote down this feels a little too one-sided favoring Brock, but then things get crazy. Yep. And
as they ever want to do.
That's true. Especially with Eddie Guerrero. I think we should just kind of expect that to not be a clean win. Because the ref gets knocked out, Goldberg's there, and then Eddie hits the frog splash and wins. Yep. So why did Eddie Guerrero get to beat Brock Lesnar? Not like I like Eddie Guerrero, but it's like Brock Lesnar wins every match he wrestles.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of why you have a guy do that. So then when someone wins over him, it's important.
Okay, why was it important for Eddie Guerrero to win?
Because this was he had been a big time star, but like not world title. So this was the thing that pushed him over, like great wrestler who will always be in the mid card to guy who's a main eventer now.
Got it.
So it, especially, having it be over Brock Lesnar was more important than it being over like if it had been Kurt Angle's third title reign.
Got it. That's true. Okay. Well, no, this is a good one. Like I said, I think Eddie Guerrero is always the crowd favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, especially from like 2003 on. There were a few times where he turned heel for a while, but it took like a lot of work to make him a heel, and eventually like claiming that Rey Mysterio's son was his, and having a Dominic Mysterio on a ladder match.
Right. That was a bizarro custody ladder match.
Yes.
I feel like Brock usually had no one ever booed him. It wasn't like always the crowd favorite.
Yeah, it was he's kind of, especially, well, early on it's kind of different, but I think the second run it's definitely like, yeah, he's usually the heel, but he's just so cool that people like him still. Like, especially like older men. Like the kids will boo him, but
the people who saw him the first time around,
right?
No. Yeah, that was the first little
half of
his
So
career.
he wrestles at WrestleMania 20, but like that was the end of his contract, and he said he was getting out because he wanted to play football,
Oh, really?
which he hadn't done since high school.
Interesting.
But
why did he want to do that then?
he wanted to play football,
All right.
and so he was able to try out for the Minnesota Vikings because basically, I mean, not his hometown, but close enough. And they ended up, he made it to last cuts, and the coach said like he had great raw talent. It's just a shame that he hasn't played in 8 years. Like that was the thing holding him back. So
well, yeah.
And I mean, he literally like didn't play football for 8 years and almost made an NFL team, which is pretty impressive.
Right, which means if you had played just a little bit, you probably would have made it.
Yeah. So then after that, he wrestles a little bit in Japan, and then kind of fades out of that, and then starts going into MMA, and does become like the best at that. Like I remember watching a fight at Buffalo Wild Wings in Forest Park,
of course,
against Randy Couture, who was like the best heavyweight fighter, and Brock Lesnar just like kills him.
And MMA, that's like judges, right? Like boxing.
Yeah, I mean, or you could win,
or if you like
if the referee's in there, so you could submit.
Oh, okay. Oh,
or knockout, but
gotcha.
I think most of his matches he would just do his submission, really.
Gotcha.
Or technical knock, like where the guy just can't, like it might not be knocked out, but like can't come out for the next round.
Gotcha.
But then after that, after a while, he loses 2 fights. He's got diverticulitis, which sideline. It's like your intestines, something with your intestines, sort of like an infection, I think, with them. So he's kind of like on the fence, and then after WrestleMania 28, he comes back to the WWF. Has a match with John Cena, which we watched very early.
Yeah, so why did he decide to come back to WWE? Just
money.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, they were giving him a lot of money.
Gotta make that paper.
I think the first contract was like 10 matches or something. So it's not like...
It's not, I'm sure it was like...
not that much work.
Per match. Yeah,
you're right.
You priced out per match, pretty nice rate there.
So, and then after the John Cena match, though, he enters into a 3-match series with Triple H, which was horrible.
Okay.
Because it's Triple H, and
didn't watch any of
why are 3 of... Like, people didn't know. People were like, well, if he has 6 matches, why are half of them being used on Triple H? Like, it's not helping anyone get over. Like,
right.
Brock Lesnar is not going to get bigger because he beat Triple H. He's already as big, and Triple H isn't going to get bigger because he's
losing to Brock
running
Lesnar.
The company. Like,
that's true. Yeah.
Everyone knows that if he wants to be in the main event, he could be.
Yeah, good point. So then he returns. The first one that we did was 2013 versus CM Punk.
Yep.
And now he's got his Jimmy John's, his giant sword tattoo. I don't know, CM Punk just looks so like scrawny.
Yeah, especially him compared to Brock Lesnar is not very fair.
No, but I don't know, like he's just very different build.
Yeah, I mean he has a different build for wrestling kind of in general, but especially compared to Brock Lesnar, who's like, magnified pro wrestler. Like,
he looks like the wrestling action figures.
Right. The unlicensed ones for $2.
Exactly. But then, CM Punk's going off the ropes, getting some big moves, starts going after Paul Heyman. Like I said, he starts biting Brock's ear, which is gross. Lots of big moves for Punk. Oh, he jumps off with the chair.
Yeah.
But then, of course, Brock hits that 5 and wins.
Yeah, eventually Brock Lesnar.
And I wrote boo. I don't know. I guess you can tell. Speaking of that, I got a little sick of watching Brock Lesnar win all the time.
Yeah.
It just started to feel a little monotonous. Well, I feel like all these, not like monotonous, but like you watch enough of them in a row, you kind of know
how they're going to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, Brock Lesnar, especially starting with the next match, he gets into a very set pattern of matches. So
his versatility score is going to be low too. What's that one called? Work rate?
Yes.
Hey, I remembered one.
Yeah, the W.
Yes, well, you have to explain to me again.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. So he faces. So then after SummerSlam 2013, so that's kind of like they're rebuilding him up after the Triple H series, and then his next step is killing the Big Show at the Royal Rumble, and then
Oh, that's easy to do.
yeah, and then beating the Undertaker at WrestleMania 30
Oh yeah.
to finish the streak. So
Why'd they let him do that?
because I think that what they were planning to do was kind of what they do, but they wanted to do it with Daniel, because Daniel Bryan wins the title, WrestleMania 30.
Yep.
I think the plan was always he holds the belt till SummerSlam, and that gets killed by Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar holds the title till WrestleMania 31 to drop to the new chosen one, who is
2015 Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Hey.
Which we will. We didn't watch this match. We watched another one. So yeah. But anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So the John Cena match at SummerSlam 2014 is just a murder.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like suplex after suplex. This is also where I noticed how like Brock Lesnar is just so sweaty.
Yeah, he
right
is.
Away.
Yeah, he is.
Like John Cena's like they all like.
Well, John Cena's like a mutant also though,
That's
so you can't really compare the two
they're
of
both
them.
Mutants.
Yeah, they're both at different ends of the spectrum though in sweat.
In terms of sweat
I think John
lines.
Cena like maybe broke a sweat at the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah, so both men have very differing perspiration
Yeah.
methods.
Levels. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this just got John Cena just got crushed in this.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar hits the F5 like 30 seconds into the match, and then just from there on, it's just always in control.
I said another one-sided Brock Lesnar match. He gets like a million German suplexes, and John Cena just takes it like a champ.
Yep.
Why did John Cena get like worked over so badly in this?
I think they just wanted to have it be Brock Lesnar kills whoever is champion and
Gotcha.
wins.
Okay, kind of like assert that.
Yeah, like
Keep going.
to show that he is the top guy in the company now.
Gotcha. Was he on like Raw at the time, or was he just? I think he's always just like the special.
At this time,
since he came back, I think he just wrestled like the big events.
Yeah, he just wrestles. He doesn't wrestle on Raw.
Right.
So, but every once in a like, it was kind of trying to make the title more special, where it's not wrestled every week. Whereas, like, Brock Lesnar comes in, it's a special occasion Raw. Maybe he'll come once a month, and then he'll wrestle at the big 4 pay-per-views mainly.
Yeah, almost doesn't seem fair though. Like they should get someone who's like consistently around.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's kind of eventually they kind of wanted to build the IC title on Raw as like the main title for everyone, but the Brock Lesnar title was like above that even.
Gotcha. Yeah, back-to-back John Cena matches.
Yes.
We watched a triple threat.
Yes. Along with Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble 2015.
Coming out with J&J Security.
Yes. Who promptly get double suplex.
Yes. Well, that's what I wrote down in my notes. I said literally all he does now is German suplexes.
Yes.
It's kind of true.
He had to change to
German
that.
suplexes, an F5, or like the shoulder, like the
Kimura.
Yeah.
Yeah, the submission move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kimura.
Okay, gotcha. Didn't know that.
Yep.
So yeah, very kind of one note now.
Yeah, and this kind
you
of...
You can't tell I don't like these later matches.
Yeah, I could tell as we were going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so also this kind of starts a trend that they would do quite a bit in Brock Lesnar multi-man matches where he gets put through a table and is out for more than half the match.
That's true. Yeah.
And then at the end comes in and just kind of wrecks. Like, usually one guy will hit a finisher, Brock Lesnar will reemerge, kill him, and then kill the other guy and win the match.
Yeah. I do like all the... Seth Rollins did a good job.
Yeah, this was Seth Rollins, like, coming out party.
It's like his debutante.
Yes.
It was very good. Good debut.
Whoa, she's not done. Put her back in.
And then Brock Lesnar wins again.
Yeah. And then he'll actually lose the title at WrestleMania.
Oh.
And we'll actually look at that match this coming month.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So, and then after that, all of a sudden, The Undertaker comes back for his revenge after a year of
I was going to say a year later.
not bringing it up.
Yeah.
So they have a match at SummerSlam.
So they have, like, why did they do that? Just they needed a plot, or?
Yeah, I mean, just Brock Lesnar was fighting Seth Rollins for the title and killing him, as you would expect. And then The Undertaker showed up and attacked Brock Lesnar. So then they were... So The Undertaker wanted revenge for him beating the streak, and Brock Lesnar wanted revenge for costing him
Crazy.
the title.
Got it. Yep, so they did another Hell in a Cell match. I do
Yep.
like how Undertaker stopped the suplex.
Yes.
Undertaker was kind of started out strong on this one.
Yeah, it was
all
yeah,
all the time.
kind of impressive for his being late in his career that he was being so offensive.
Does he wrestle anymore or not really?
No, he finally, I think,
Officially retired?
yeah, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, and is like officially retired.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is when Brock started ripping up the ring itself.
Yes, which is
Which is
odd
weird.
odd move.
Why'd they have him do that?
I mean, just because
So
each person had done their finisher, like on the ring, there was like
Nothing
they
else
had to do something else, something more drastic, and pulling off the rope to expose the wood. I guess is
is the way
bad
to do
enough.
it. That wasn't. You think that was like a spontaneous thing they did, or
I think they had it planned because I have
How
a
else
feeling
would
it
you
was
not-
probably pre-cut.
I was
don't
gonna
think
say exactly.
I don't think Brock Lesnar could just like ply his nails into
Right.
the ring fabric and rip it apart.
Yeah.
It was probably pre-sliced just to
Yeah, just kind of get it started a little bit.
yeah.
I believe it. But yeah, then shocker, Brock wins.
Yeah, well, that was kind of surprising.
That was a little bit more evenly matched than
Yeah.
some of the other ones in this later run here. Like the next one, I felt like was kind of more tipped towards Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, well, this was kind of an odd because this is when they started doing the champion versus champion matches at Survivor Series,
Okay.
and so it was lining up to be Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar was like, "I'm not going to Survivor Series for Jinder Mahal."
Oh, really?
And so then they were going to switch the belt.
What does he have against Jinder Mahal?
He's a bum.
Okay.
So then they were going to switch the title back to AJ Styles anyways.
Gotcha.
So they kind of sped it up though a little so they could have Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles instead of whatever bum Jinder Mahal wanted to do. So, yeah, so this was the first time they had the champ versus the champ match at Survivor Series.
Got it. And AJ Styles is a very good wrestler, but yeah, they have very different styles.
Yes.
And once again, doesn't mesh very well.
See, I like this one because I think it kind of, at first it seems like it's a Brock match, but then AJ Styles like actually gets offense and starts moving and hitting
That's
big time
true.
moves and
I said big somersault for him. I
yeah,
like
the
that,
big
yeah.
somersault splash and hits the phenomenal form, and you think maybe he's got a chance, but then he tries
Nope.
it one more time and
Nope,
gets caught.
It's F5'd.
Yep,
Brock wins again.
again.
So speaking of Brock winning, the next
Yes.
one was just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Well, it's just funny to think about January 2020.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that's
So, what we thought our problems were at the time.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, Kobe Bryant had just passed.
Yeah, was it that day?
I'm pretty sure. I could look it up real quick. But yeah, go ahead and
What?
vamp.
Just, yeah. Because this was the Royal Rumble, and he was the first entry. And pretty much just him just, like, chucking guys out of the ring. It was,
Yeah, he tosses the first 13
Yep.
people.
well, I guess it was boring there was no group dynamic, because it was literally he would, like, one at a time, one at a time, one at a time.
Yeah, I do
It was
agree
like-
that was. I mean, for some people, it was kind of warranted. I think,
Yeah.
like Eric Rowan with his stupid pet ends up being a pet spider.
Oh, is that what's in there?
Yeah. Yes, it was the same night.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
I guess someone
yeah.
was really on it with their jersey.
Yeah,
So,
front row.
Yep. I do like how Mysterio had to like hop on Big E, like jump.
Yeah, so they. Yeah, so that's. I
So
think.
yeah, that's when it
the-
got interesting.
Yeah,
was
when
more like two people
because
in the
it's
ring.
first it's Kofi.
Yeah.
And Kofi is still pissed at him because he beat him for the title. So he's able to last more than 90 seconds. And then it's Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
And then Brock
That was
kills
much
both
fun.
of them though.
Yeah.
But they fall to the like underneath the ropes.
Yeah.
And then Big E comes out.
Yeah.
And he kind of motivates the troops, and they have like the full 2 minutes basically where
right.
they all give it a go, but eventually all get tossed.
Yep.
And then
But-
Keith Lee comes out,
that's right.
and
that's
Brock was
complete.
like, "Oh, look at this big boy!
Yeah, that's right.
Who's
Is
the
that
big boy?"
Is that the first time they'd fought?
Yeah, and the
Keith
only
Lee's
time,
from
unfortunately.
NXT. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a good.
Beefy, yeah, big beefy men slapping meat. That's what Big E calls his matches against like bigger fellas.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
He says he was very close to getting it on a T-shirt, but at the last
Oh.
second they someone like realized what that could
Yeah.
also be misinterpreted as.
Yeah,
Big meaty man slapping me.
Right, I know, I get it. I get the innuendo. So he gets eliminated. Okay, well then, who's the guy that like come out with the little like Ricochet?
Yeah, Ricochet comes out.
What's that guy's
He
name?
was like big in NXT and was just kind of starting on. I think the week before on Raw, like Brock Lesnar just came out before his match and attacked him for no reason, just to show like how down, how he was going to do this to everyone in the Rumble. So he kind of was still pissed at him.
Got it.
Gives him a nice low blow.
Yep, and that's Drew McIntyre, toss him over, so that he was eliminated. I think it was in there for 16 people.
Yeah, I think Brock Lesnar was 16.
16.
Or, I mean, Drew McIntyre was
16.
number 16.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because, yeah.
And I wrote boring. Because it was.
They were, I think they should have had, like, either 2 less entrants before him, or at least give it, like, Cesaro's in there for, like, 25 seconds.
Yeah, Cesaro could have
like,
lasted longer.
I mean, okay,
His high school wrestling buddy could have lasted longer.
Yeah, Shelton Benjamin, his teammate at Minnesota. And actually, they were teammates in OVW as a tag team.
Oh, really?
They were both coming up, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. We didn't watch any Brock tag team matches.
Yeah, there's not many.
Didn't think so.
Yeah, there's a Survivor Series match, and probably in 02, 03, there's like random TV matches, but not too often.
They should have had him and Shelton Benjamin like tag team, like the next guy in the ring, right?
Well,
kind of relive.
But Brock Lesnar doesn't need that. He doesn't need anyone's help, so he'll toss him out.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I agree. Like some guys like Elias deserved to be knocked out right away. Like there were some guys that was good to do that with, but some people they could have given a little bit more shine.
Definitely. But then speaking of things, this just got.
So Drew McIntyre eliminates him.
Yep.
Ends up winning the Rumble, and then it was supposed to culminate in him winning the title in front of 80,000 people to end WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And instead it ends in a warehouse and like a week before WrestleMania at like 4 a.m. in the night.
Yeah, that was just a bizarre time.
Yeah, in front of like 7 people.
And what did they do for WrestleMania in 2020? Like nothing?
Well, that was what they did. They filmed like all the matches like separately at the Performance Center, and like they said, some of them were going out at like 3 a.m, and
that's crazy.
Because that was the time where it wasn't really mask time yet. It was just like you can't be in a place with more than like 8 people, no matter what. That'll kill you.
Right. Yeah. What is the I can't. Different
mask
topic.
Was like, I remember at first like 2 weeks into it, going to the store and being like, I should wear a mask, and then like a couple weeks later, it was like you need to wear a mask.
Yeah. Oh man. That's a different
good times.
That's a different
good times. Yeah. So, but Brock Lesnar then, when COVID hit, he went up into his cave in Manitoba or Saskatchewan.
Like, see you later, everybody.
It's like, I knew it was coming. And then he leaves, and he's gone until SummerSlam 2021, where it's John Cena versus Roman Reigns, and at the end he comes out, sporting his new samurai haircut.
Yep. That's an interesting look for him.
And then he feuds kind of off and on with Roman Reigns, basically for the next year. They have a match at WrestleMania that's not great because Roman got injured early, so it's only like a 12-minute match, which
it could have gone longer.
These two have to have like an epic match, and they have it at SummerSlam.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it epic. It's his Brock's really leaning into his like rural.
Yep. Well, he wants to get it's in Nashville. You want to get that cheap pop.
Yeah, so you wore a flannel and a cowboy hat, and you got into a big tractor. You drove that to the ring.
Well, he had been wearing the flannel and cowboy hat on TV, like, in the weeks leading up to it. Okay. When he didn't wrestle, that was like his walking around gear.
Gotcha. But now he really kind of worked into the gimmick.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So he drives a tractor to the ring, obviously. It's like literally blocking.
Like one does.
Yes, it's like blocking half the ring. We were joking that when you're like a big time, you don't have to walk to the ring anymore. You can ride your ATV.
Yeah, you have your vehicle of choice from you.
But yeah, so this is stupid funny, right? Like, of course, Roman Reigns ends up in the front loader,
Yeah.
getting dumped.
Well, of course.
That I saw coming. What I did not see coming was
Yes.
the whole ring getting destroyed.
Was him just ripping up a quarter of the ring.
Yeah. So because this was Falls Count Anywhere, right? No, this isn't Falls Count.
Last man
Last Man
standing.
Standing. So yeah, they
Each guy hits their finisher quite a few times, and
they're
the other
really out
guy
of the ring.
just beats it up.
Like they couldn't use the ring because
Because it was friggin'
it was
flipped
destroyed.
over. Yeah, the rest of the match had to be on the floor.
Yeah. So yeah, so the Usos come out, and then Paul Heyman goes to the table.
Yes.
But then Austin Theory comes out, which is just kind of stupid.
Yeah, he would won
What's
Money
his
in the
deal?
Bank.
You used to talk about him.
Yeah, so because he was like a Vince McMahon guy, like look at this guy, look at his body. So they had him win Money in the Bank, and like his whole gimmick was basically he's Vince's like pet.
Like Toady.
Yeah. So then, like one of the first draws after Vince was gone and Triple H was back in charge, Roman Reigns was giving an interview. I think it was at Madison Square Garden, so he was actually on Raw, which he usually doesn't do. And then Austin Theory came out, and Roman Reigns said, "You don't matter anymore. Daddy's not here anymore."
Nice.
Then he's like, "I'll be your daddy." So then, like by the end of the night, that was like a shirt on WWE.
Nice.
Just Roman Reigns, "I'll be your daddy." So he tries to cash in Money in the Bank here and lose it. Like Brock Lesnar kills him, and then Roman Reigns just does also. And he ended up cashing in his Money in the Bank and losing.
Oh, really?
For the U.S. title on Raw a couple of weeks ago.
Geez.
So he's falling down the charts pretty quickly.
Vince isn't there anymore, so what is Vince doing these days?
Just chilling out, hanging.
Or it's doing lots of depositions?
Not really. I mean, it's his wife who's. There was pictures a couple days ago or 2 days ago from Mar-a-Lago. It's Donald Trump, Linda McMahon, and Carrie Lake.
That's it.
Discussing how she's gonna.
She lost, I think, officially, right?
Well, yeah, but she's gonna file suit against it and all that great stuff.
We're all kind of over it.
Yeah.
All right.
I like how that's what Linda McMahon is doing. All Vince McMahon's like yelling into a cell phone that's not connected to anything.
Well, cell phones aren't connected today.
Right, but you know,
like
he's got the landline.
The Wi-Fi's turned off.
Yeah.
On the phone.
He's posting all his sites on Vince's Thoughts blog.org.gov.
Creep thoughts, yeah.
So yeah, they want to kind of keep him quiet.
Yeah.
Just kind of
don't
say anything.
Yeah.
Probably just settle and don't put him on an open court.
Jeez, no. Okay. We don't talk about that anymore.
Yes. So eventually.
So basically, like Roman and Usos bury Brock under like a big pile of rubble.
Right.
What's left of the ring, like the announcers' tables and chairs and everything, and then so Roman wins. Yes. Brock is trapped.
Is buried,
pile of stuff. So.
Because he kept getting like 2 title belt shots, like the destroying of the briefcase on Brock.
Oh yeah.
And then like a title shot, and then another title shot.
Right.
And then finally they bury him.
Yep. And the crowd was kind of annoying at the end.
But... Yeah, well, it was also like a third of the crowd probably couldn't see because the ring was standing up. So
good point.
Like if you were on the floor, if you're on that side of the floor, you had to like just watch the Tron, which isn't really why you pay $1,000 for seats.
Right. Good point.
So yeah, I could see that ending upsetting people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Roman Reigns wins, and Brock Lesnar's still around. He was at the Saudi Arabia show.
Oh, was he?
As of late, yeah.
The wrestling or just like kind of there?
No, wrestling. He beat Bobby Lashley.
Interesting.
But it was kind of like a screwy decision, so that might be what they're going for this coming WrestleMania.
What?
Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
And like kind of an end, because they each have won one match now.
Oh, okay.
So it seems like that's what they're
the rubber match
going to go to. Or it might be another Saudi Arabia match, because apparently Saudi Arabia loves Brock Lesnar.
Well, he loves their money.
Yep. Yeah, got to build another story on that castle in Saskatchewan.
Does he really have a big house
or
property?
I
think he'd have whatever he wants.
Yeah, I'm sure he has a very big property. I mean, property-wise.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
I don't know if it's like, it could be like a log cabin, but within a bunch of land where he just kills anything that comes on it.
Is he really like a separatist or something?
No, he's just kind of like
Likes his own
a
space.
he's a very like that was one of the reasons he said also he left. Like he didn't like leaving home every week and flying.
Yeah.
And,
Well, that's true. I mean, if you live somewhere remote, you're gonna want to travel.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, he had a private jet early in his career.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So.
Well, yeah. So it's probably landed on his property.
Right. Yeah.
And he's still married to Sable.
Yep.
He seems like personal life doesn't really get in too much trouble.
No, I think he is just a guy who keeps to himself and doesn't want. I'm not gonna bother anyone if you don't bother me. So.
That kind of comes off.
It did look like he was gonna rip Jason's friend's head off the one time. He took him in a picture from Destine photo of him at a volleyball game in North Dakota.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that does kind of seem right. He seems like he kind of keeps.
Yeah, just kind of wants to be left alone.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he wants to be left alone, but he's made plenty of money and he knows how to work the system for sure. Like the amount of times he's come back.
Yeah, I got a good deal.
Yeah, like especially I'm assuming SummerSlam 2021 was huge because like 2 nights earlier, CM Punk had just showed up with AEW. Brandon Danielson was going to go to AEW, so it was kind of like we're losing all our guys.
Power, yeah.
And there were rumors that AEW was talking to Brock Lesnar.
I'm sure they were.
Yeah, so I'm sure or at the very least, Paul Heyman leaked it to someone that they were, so to drive up the price for WWE.
Yeah.
Because he is also like, it's not just a non-screener. He's like literally his agent.
Oh, really?
Like,
okay.
Or he's
his business.
He's business like connected to Brock Lesnar. Like he was even when he was in the UFC.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, kind of like I said, this.
Yes, he is a divisive.
I did not see the early stuff, and I enjoyed that.
Okay.
And the later stuff was just like, I don't know,
repetitive.
It wasn't earned. It was like he just came back like right away, got to like beat up everybody. He didn't have to like.
I think it was kind of like because his credibility at the time, like that was when UFC was probably at its biggest, I would say. So like,
that's okay.
So wrestling fans knew,
right?
Like,
that's a good point.
He is a real badass. Like
that's true. All right.
So N is nuance, and that's like all the little like playing face, heel, tag, singles. So,
all right, so low.
Yeah.
So 7.
7. I'll go 7.5 because I do think.
Didn't see many tags.
No, his face work is okay.
Yeah,
I don't think it's great, but
right.
As a heel, he is great.
Yeah,
I think so.
He's just very one-dimensional.
Yes.
Everything about him.
Jump up. So this is like big matches, big moments.
I mean, probably an 8.
Okay. I'm gonna go 9 here because, especially.
I didn't think you were gonna give him a high score.
Well, he has the WrestleMania main event where he wins, so there's not everyone could say that.
That's true.
And then, like his second.
I guess he broke the streak. That should be.
Yeah, I think just the whole second half of his career, it's always like.
No, I usually joined an 8.5.
Okay. Because it's always such a huge thing, like because he only wrestles 3 or 4 times a year. It's important when he does.
Yeah, it just feels like he got like. I don't know. Not that he got off easy on it, but.
Yeah.
All right, promo.
Promo, yeah.
7.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I'll go a little higher just because his promo, like, I kind of count Paul Heyman's stuff for it. No, because that was like the promo. Promo goes with like character work, so the character work was like, Brock Lesnar just silently hops in place in this corner while Paul Heyman hypes him up and talks him out.
All right.
And then also there's the promo before the John Cena match where he talks about how he's going to leave him in blood and piss.
That's right.
Blood and urine.
That's right.
So that is enough for a point right there. And then we have work rate. And this is the actual, like, bell-to-bell wrestling.
That's very good. I'm going to give him a 9. But he's obviously very talented.
Yeah. Yeah, I would go... yeah, I'd go 9 here also.
Has he ever admitted to using any sort of substances to enhance his body?
Well, he was suspended for, like, he had to forfeit a UFC fight in 2016.
Oh, really?
Like that he had won, and then it was after a drug test it failed.
Okay, so he's been like, I mean, you can't really look like that naturally. I mean,
No.
he's probably naturally a big guy, but like it kind of amps up the volume on that.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably be one of the lower scores.
Yeah. Well, for you, for sure. Me, it's still low for me. Yeah, he's our lowest so
Like
far.
I say, he's one-dimensional.
Right. I just think, like...
He's a very good dimension.
It's a very good dimension. Yeah, it's one-dimensional, but it's
one.
a very good one. And, like I'm saying, like, the second half where he's just always... It's a big... Oh, is Brock Lesnar wrestling this night? No. Well, okay, maybe I'm not going to watch. But if Brock Lesnar is wrestling...
But you know what you're going to see? You're going to see
you're going to see German suplex. But how's it going to end, though?
Then he's going to win.
He's going to win. Not always.
Pretty much all the matches we watched in the second half, he won. Except the one where you got...
Not the Royal Rumble.
Tractor.
Not
That's
the
true,
Roman
Tractor.
Reigns, man. Not the... Then most of them,
Yeah.
Besides that.
Yeah. We're rolling her on. I got Roman Reigns next.
Yep. So, yeah, our next is going to be the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. And I know I threatened my marriage by showing my wife more Roman Reigns. But I'm okay with that.
It's not realistically gonna happen, so don't worry. He's happily married, right?
Yes. I believe so. Yeah. I think...
So you're saying there's a chance.
I don't know how happy he is.
That's true. We'll have to find out.
Yeah. So we'll be back next month, though, with the head of the table. Until then, enjoy.
Bye.